My colleague Gaurav Sawant is now joining me on the story. Gaurav, it is crystal clear. We bashed Pakistan, we shot down their jets. Pakistan's fake agenda has been completely exposed now.
This is sensational. This comes from the Chief of the Air Staff on record with evidence. The fact that India shot down. Remember, this also confirms what India today has non-stop, continuously being reporting through sources. We've reported how there were more than 5 kills. He's at least confirmed 5. He's confirmed 5 aircraft downed in the air. There are aircraft that were destroyed on the tarmac and in hangars. The fact that the S-400 was able to destroy a large aircraft, our sources had said that was an ELINT or an electronic intelligence aircraft, airborne early warning or command control system. That was destroyed more than 300 kilometers away, and that's a world record. The Russians who made the S-400 system, even they were impressed that an S-400 was able to take out a large aircraft more than 300 kilometers away. F-16s down, JF-17 Thunders down in the air. So this was sensational, and this actually explains why Pakistan's DGMO begged for a ceasefire on the 10th morning, because India was prepared. Had Pakistan escalated, India was prepared to hit back once again and harder. And all those in our country, if I may, Aishwarya, if you give me 30 seconds, in our own country, those who say, how many aircraft did we lose? The question is, on day 1, whatever happened, on day 4, Pakistan was on its knees begging for a ceasefire, and that is why that ceasefire happened. So this Operation Sindoor has actually been sensational in terms of punishing, imposing costs on Pakistan Army and the Pakistani state. The Air Chief is giving those details with evidence, with videos.
Right, Gaurav, one of the other things, Gaurav, that the government has time and again said, and this has come from the top government sources, is that Operation Sindoor, Gaurav, is still ongoing.
Again, a very major point. What does this mean? Should Pakistan try any mischief? Should there be any escalation from their side? So there will be consequences for Pakistan. Those who say even Operation Vijay in Kargil lasted only X number of days, but then that was the time that your mission was accomplished. Here the mission is to ensure Pakistan does not use terror as an instrument of state policy to bleed India, and should Pakistan do that, there will be costs for Pakistan. That is why Pakistan will bleed. And if you look at the list of what the Air Chief read out, Murid, Chaklala is one of the most important air bases of Pakistan. Noor Khan, it's their command and control center. Their command and control center was taken down. What does that mean? That if you do not have a command and control center, how do you guide your forces? The fact that 6 radars were taken down, both large and small, that means Pakistan became blind. A radar is something that sees incoming threat, and whether it's Shunyan or Pasroor or Bulari Air Base or Malir Cant in Karachi, when all those radars were taken down, India punched many holes in Pakistan's air defense, and then, had there been escalation, our aircraft would have penetrated and then destroyed more bases. So there is a format in war. First, you use your standoff distance weapons. They're very expensive, but then you use them. Standoff weapons like your BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles, your scalps. You use them to destroy the enemy from a distance. Once his air defenses are down, once his fighter jets are down, then you can move in closer and inflict even greater damage. And India was prepared to do that, Aishwarya.
Right, Gaurav. Gaurav, please stay on with me. Our colleague Sandeep Punnithan is also joining us on the broadcast. Sandeep, crystal clear now, India has shot down Pakistani jets. And along with this, we should also remember the change in the doctrine that the government has spoken about, Sandeep. The government very clearly has said any attack on Indian soil henceforth will be considered an act of war.
Absolutely, Aishwarya. In fact, there's a lot to unpack from Air Chief Marshal Singh's statement today. It has to be seen in the light of what's going on in the world right now, with the way President Donald Trump has been talking about mediating a ceasefire between India and Pakistan, which of course India has rebuked at the highest offices, from the Prime Minister downwards to the Defense Ministry and, of course, the Foreign Ministry. Now, the Air Chief Marshal's statement is very, very significant, because he has brought out the fact that it was the S-400 missile that was used. Now look at the timing of the statement. The fact that this long-range missile that the Air Chief mentioned, the longest-range missiles that we have, air defense missiles that we have, are the Russian-supplied S-400 long-range air defense missiles. Now, the two missiles that were used that have actually been game changers in Operation Sindoor are Russian-supplied. That's a very, very big message that's going out to the United States, that Russia is a trusted defense partner of India. When the chips are down, it is always Russian hardware that delivers, be it the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, which, as Gaurav just mentioned, played a huge role in shattering Pakistani terrorist infrastructure and air bases. And finally, this very long-range S-400 missile, which the IAF chief has called a game changer. Two Russian systems used by India in Operation Sindhu that have been a very, very big game changer at a time when the United States is our second largest defense partner, Aishwarya. Over the last 17 or 18 years, they have sold $20 billion worth of hardware. But the most significant part is that when the chips are down, when you have to make an impact, when you have to turn the tables on your adversary, it will always be systems like the S-400, systems like the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile that are supplied from Russia, which no other country will give you. This is cutting-edge technology, and the Air Chief Marshal has brought this out. He's playing on the front foot here at a time when Trump is trying to turn the tables on India, pressurizing India over Russian oil, not to buy Russian defense hardware. It's the government of India, literally. It is actually a whole-of-government approach, and it's very clear that he could not have said what he did today, but for the timing of what's going on in the world around right now, Aishwarya.
Right, Sandeep, Shivani and Gaurav, please stay on with me. Let's once again listen into this very, very important statement which is coming in from the Air Chief Marshal Amarpreet Singh.
That is Shahbaz, their Jacobabad airfield, one of them, again, major airfield that was attacked. And here there's an F-16 hangar, which you can see here. And here, this is the photograph again from open source, from one of their earlier picture of the same hangar. And here, that hangar, which is one half of the hangar is gone. And I'm sure there were some aircraft inside which have got damaged there. So if I can just sum it up, what we were able to get there at least 2 command and control centers in like Murid and Chaklala that I have shown you one of the pictures. At least 6 radars, some of them big, some of them small. 2 SAGW system that is in Lahore and Okara. Then of course runway at Sargodha and Rahimia Khan. 3 hangars that we attacked. One was, of course, Sukur, the UAV hangar, the Bholari hangar of AEWNC, and Jacobabad, the F-16 hangar. And we have indication of at least 1 AEWNC in that AEWC hangar, and a few F-16s which were under maintenance there. Apart from these, the SAGW systems, mostly from, I'm talking about fighter aircraft are from S-400. We have at least 5 fighters confirmed kills and 1 large aircraft, which could be either an Elint aircraft or an AWNC aircraft, which was taken on at a distance of about 300 kilometers. This is the actually largest ever recorded surface-to-air kill that we can talk about. And